hear lots of craziness here while I am depotting because my one kid is getting ready to take a bath. My other two are getting ready for bed, but you know, it's mom time. So, gotta do what you gotta do. I am going to be depotting a lot of stuff, and I've had a lot of people ask me how I depot, so I'm doing this video for you guys. If you're wondering, this is just a glove that I got with a flat iron. This one just happens to be from HSI, but you can use any one. Some people don't use them at all. I personally don't like to burn my hands, so any protection I can get, I'm going to take it. This has been on the warmer for a while. This is Tart Party, and I'm going to depot this, hopefully without casualty. This is just a basic candle warmer. You can use it to do mugs of coffee, tea, whatever. So that's what I use. I have had this sitting on here for a while, and I keep it closed so that it keeps the heat in, because really what you're trying to do is heat up the metal pan under it and the glue. And once that glue is really warm, it softens up and it's really easy to pry out.
Mommy.
And here's my kids.
Mommy.
Hold on, Mommy's trying to get this out.
What out?
This should come out pretty easily. And one thing, you'll notice right here, because this is thicker, I will switch to a knife.
What's sticker?
I use alcohol and I spritz the top.
What's that?
Generously, especially around the edges. Obviously I need to refill this. One, it sanitizes your product, and two, the less dry your product is, the less it's going to crumble. So this just pops right out, and you can see the glue here. There's some glue on the back, and I will clean that up after I am done. So you can see this is wrinkled a little bit, but not really that bad. A lot of times I will pry this off and just put it right on here, so I know exactly what product is in here. And it's actually not that hot, but that one is done. And I am going to move on to the next one. I do this when my kids are getting ready because I can just place one of these on here. I think I'm going to do this Essence Silky Touch Blush in Baby Doll next. I'm just going to set this on here. I am going to leave it here for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long. It doesn't matter. I've had them on here for up to a half an hour before I've walked away, and you know, I've cooked dinner or done laundry, whatever you do with your life. Just let it sit, let it warm up, and then come back and use something to pry it out, and then you just keep going. It's a long process. If you're impatient and you don't let it heat up enough and you don't use alcohol and something a little more sharp than this, like I said, when I come back, I will have a knife to pry that out. Oops, I dinged it, my bad. You'll have a lot more casualties, a lot more damage, hopefully no fatalities, but it definitely does take patience. So just let it warm up for a while, leave it alone, and I will be back and let you know what's going on. By the time I come back, my kids are probably going to be asleep, so it'll be a little quieter in here. All right, be right back. Okay, we are back. The kids are not quite in bed, but this has been on for probably 15 to 20 minutes. My kids like to drag out the bedtime process sometimes, so I am just going to test this and see if it is ready. Getting my glove back on. And as you can see, I have changed over to this very sharp knife, which is also another good thing. If you're wearing a glove, it protects you a little bit more. So let me spritz. And you would have thought that I would have filled this alcohol, but if you thought that, you would be wrong. Hi, buddy.
So now you just filming a video?
I'm filming right now, bud.
Oh.
All right.
I guess I can't be in the video.
Nope. All right. This one is starting to pry up, but the glue isn't quite as soft as I would normally like it, but it will come up. If your glue hasn't softened enough, sometimes, like you see, a little bit around the edges will pop up, because as you're prying, let me tap that off, and it's stuck to the glue here, the cooler the glue is, the less liquid or soft it's going to be, and so it is going to try to hold on, and as you're prying, the pan is actually going to start bending. So let your glue warm up as much as you possibly can, and then the glue will be softer and your pan won't bend as much. So that's just one of the things that works for me. Tiny little bit of loss there on the sides, but overall I think I did pretty good on this one, if I could hold on to it. But yeah, it looks pretty intact, so I'm happy about that one. I'm gonna pry this off, and let's see, what are we gonna put on next? I'm gonna do this Smashbox. What is this? It's a bronzer. It's the Soft Fusion Lights in Dusk. So I'm just gonna loosen the top a little bit, but keep it on, and put that on the warmer. I wanna say, because this is bigger, it's probably gonna need 20 to 30 minutes on here. If you use a flat iron, which I've never done, it's a lot quicker, but there's a lot more hazard with that one, so I just do it this way at my own casual pace. So I am going to let this warm up, and then I will be back and let you know how that goes. Well, actually, you'll see how it goes. I'm gonna move the knife out of the way because my kids are still awake, and yep, I'll be back. Bye. Okay, time to attempt the Smashbox. I'm gonna get my glove back on because, you know, this one's probably pretty hot. I have noticed that these black pans tend to stick a little bit more. They get hotter and more melty, and you'll notice, see how soft that is? If you have something hard enough, you might actually be able to push this up. And look, there's another pan in there. I don't know if it'll pop out. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's soft enough that it's just popping right out, just by pushing on it like this. See how that pan is? So I should be able to get in there and pry that out. Oh, that came out super easy. And I'm throwing it around. This is why it's messy, because things stick, because they're all sticky on the bottom. This one's actually smoking a little bit. But yeah, that came out pretty easy. Okay, so I will put this sticker on the bottom, just so I know what it is. And I forgot to take this sticker off, so I'm going to let that sit there for a few minutes. And I will pry that sticker off. Debating whether or not I want to do this Milani illuminating powder. I don't think I've ever depotted a Milani before. What the heck, let's go for it. Let me see if I can get this sticker off, and then I'll put the Milani on. Nope, that's gonna have to sit a few minutes. That's okay. We'll let that sit for a little bit, and then I will put the Milani on. Once the Milani is heated up, then I will come back. Okay, let's get this powder out of the way. This Milani illuminating face powder. This is hot, 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 heiss. Yeah, this one should hopefully come out pretty quick. You can see that there's a good space here. Just get right under it. Sometimes you have to wiggle a little bit, almost like shucking oysters, if you guys have ever done that, and it just pops right out. That came out pretty darn easy. This one was a little soft on the bottom, but yep, it is good to go now. I will put the sticker on here. That also cuts down on having to pry off all of that glue if you put your sticker on there. And then I will just, this one is not magnetized, I don't think. I will check it, but a lot of times they aren't. Let me just pull out my palette from depotting before, and we will see if this one is magnetized. And it is. It is actually magnetized. So Milani does have good pans. Tarte does not. You will have to put a metal sticker on that. Smashbox does not. You need a metal sticker for this one. And Essence, you will need a sticker for. So a little bit of information there for those people that want to depot. I am going to continue this tomorrow. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep filming. I kind of want to do this Catrice blush. I have 2 e.l.f. palettes that I would like to depot. This is not my Mad for Matte. This is the Everyday Smoky. And this is the Smoke Prism eyeshadow palette. And I'm debating on the Too Faced Rock and Roll palette. I'm not sure about that. The Real Her Be Your Own Kind of Beauty palette, and the BH Cosmetics Be by Bubs Beauty. Those are some of the ones that I'm thinking about depotting. And like I said, I'm gonna stop for tonight. It is almost 11 p.m. so I will possibly pick this up tomorrow, or I might just wrap this up and get it up for all of the people that have asked for it. So thank you guys for asking for it. Sorry about the nails, but yeah, I was doing dishes and housework today, and my nails got jacked up, and they usually get pretty bad after depotting, but today was a really good depotting day, so thumbs up for that. And yeah, I will hopefully I'll be able to film tomorrow. If my kids behave, I will film tomorrow. So hope y'all have a good night.